Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm back again. It's Shelly Moore with LimitlessStimulus.com. I've come back because in the last thing that I recorded, actually, not the last thing, the thing before that, not that anybody's keeping track, but I recorded a short story poem that I wrote called Her Gift of Wrath. And I got some awesome feedback on that, which I was hoping for because, like I said in the video, I really like writing. The short story poems are a lot of fun for me. I like rhyming. I've always loved words just in general, so rhyming comes really easily for some reason, or to me for some reason. So I love it. I enjoy it. So I get to combine, telling a short story within a poem, and it's awesome, and it's fast, and it makes for a short audiobook, short video, which people really like. So, don't want to take up too much of their time talking, which I do anyway, right? It's like when you pull up a recipe online and you have to go through like 18 pages of bull crap before you get to the actual recipe. So I apologize. I just think it's important with these audiobooks, especially since I'm doing them in such an unprofessional, just kind of fun for free way during COVID, to interject some of my personality so you can kind of see like where these stories come from, what kind of a screwed up person my stories come from. So anyway, because I wrote them for, I began writing these stories and poems and stuff for not only myself to maintain my own sanity, but for friends and family, people that are close to me and know me. So I thought, if I talk a little bit before my actual stories when I do these audiobooks, then it helps you get to know me. So it's like a friend reading to a friend, right? So that being said, within my audiobook thing that I recorded for Her Gift of Wrath, my short story poem, I did mention that I was going to record another short story poem that I had written the year previously. So this one was one of the first ones I ever wrote. So it's not perfect, but I do love it. So when I posted it on my Facebook page, everybody really seemed to enjoy it. So I'm hoping I get the same response through YouTube. So this is called A Rhyming Metaphor, written by myself, Shelly Moore, for my website, LimitlessStimulus.com. 4 sisters with hair that waved like the tides were parted when both of their parents had died. One went to the ocean to live on a boat with a family of 3 and their family goat. She learned how to fish and live off the sea and wondered what came of her sisters 3. The eldest grew up in an apartment downtown where she learned the ways of the streets and never backed down. The baby was raised by a family of 6 whose father was an important figure in politics. The mother was addicted to pain pills and coke, and then often locked her in a dark closet as a cruel joke. The other lived in a hippie commune with a guy who played banjo and his life partner, June. She learned how to tend gardens and talk to the trees. She could play a mean fiddle and get honey from bees. When they had all grown and gray hair filled their heads, they prayed to find one another before any were dead. The daughter of the sister who was raised on the ocean was the first of them to set the wheels into motion. She called a PI who found them one by one, and it only took a short time before the reunion had come. A year down the road, they were contacted by a lawyer who said their great-aunt had died. He told of a fortune that each soon inherit, and they began to argue over how they would share it. The lawyer divided the sum into 4 equal parts and kept what was left over under the guise of a donation to the arts. The eldest bought herself a penthouse in her home city with a pool and a hot tub and a girlfriend named Kitty. The youngest spent most of her money on hard drugs and liquor, self-medicating and fucking her path to death quicker. The seafaring sister bought a small house on 4 acres. She adopted 4 children and married a baker. The fiddler sister, who was raised by the tree-hugging hosts, gave away most of it to those who needed it most. No one way was good while the other was bad in each of the 4 separate lives that were had. We are products of nature and of nurture too, and our childhood shapes and molds how life's choices are viewed. The end.